Indrid here, 3v3 Argus Desert Gate blue team. We have Koras playing a mech boy, teleporting commander that fights range, puts out some nice damage, can also disrupt and support build structures and repair, but he's not very tough. Alongside is Sam918 as a force commander, offensive melee, very versatile, can tank, disrupt and support, has some great offense. Dark Riku rounding out blue team as a Grey Knight brother captain, good support and offense, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, very durable as well. Red team, we have me playing a Plague champion, starts off range combat, can get melee weapons, good damage potential and utility, can build turrets and repair. Alongside Codex is an Eldar Warlock, this is all 3 DLC, offensive, good mobility with fleet, can leap into melee combat and tank and disrupt awesomely well. Adila rounding out red team as an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights melee, has great support buffs and some debuffs as well. In retreat here on the east side, blue team doubling the east, and I'm up against Dark Riku's Grey Knights on the west side, his Grey Knight brother captain chasing off my Plague champion, and now Chaos Space Marines being tied up by Strike Squad. Did kill a bunch of Stormtroopers though. Here come my Heretics to try and put some pressure on the Strike Squad, still running away. My Plague champion trying to keep him desperately in play, but don't want to take a couple of hits from that power sword. And now my Heretics in amongst the Strike Squad. Shooter boys with their big shooter shooting the crap out of some Howling Banshees. These are Codexes. Adila going for a second Dire Avenger squad, and Shuriken for Adila, Codex going for Rangers. Here are Sam's scouts, need to be very careful with Howling Banshees around. Warlock beside them there. And Dark Riku pushes me off the west side. Still have some Chaos Space Marines in play. I've gone double Chaos Space Marines opening, which is not what I usually do, but I thought I'd try something different because my Heretics like to die in droves. 479 500, an early VP lead for red team. Dire Avengers forced to retreat, being chased by Tactical Marines, in turn chased by the Warlock. Can he get a model off these guys? Might be able to. Now they're in retreat and he's taking hits and does get a model off them. Sam just taking his concentration off those Tactical Marines for a second, focusing I think on his force commander who's chasing around Dire Avengers, but is now suppressed and needs to run away, and does run away just in time I think as well. Warlock is in retreat path, can he finish him off? Mech boy has that death gun. There's the leap by the Warlock which might cost him a retreat kill there, and that is an instance where you don't want your Warlock to leap into combat, and in fact it makes him go down in the end. I'm pushing back against Dark Riku. I decide to kick my Plague champion out for some nice power melee damage with this Plague sword. I was assuming he was going to get Purgation squad, but he goes for Interceptors, which is I suppose a good choice versus double CSM. Wanted my Plague champion to tie up the Purgation, but they can go and smack on a Strike squad instead. I have my Heretics here, there's some Noble Worship trying to bring down some gens. Dark Riku thinking twice about moving in. Where's his brother captain? On the way, probably waiting for this guy. His Stormtroopers are off capping. And now I'm outnumbering here. 3 squads to 2. He does have 2 very tough squads though. Interceptors teleporting after my Heretics who have their aspiring champions. So these guys no pushover, forcing off the Interceptors. And I get an Interceptor zombie now who I can teleport around. Strike squad also forced off. Cannot get a model off these guys though. Interceptor runs out of life. Did not pressure my Chaos Space Marines at all then. Very surprised that he teleported after my Heretics. And Assault Marines on the field for Sam, jumping my Shuriken Cannon, taking a lot of damage though in the firing up of another Shuriken Cannon, and this is very painful for Sam. Now in retreat with a single Marine. There's the grenade attempt. A decent attempt. It's very difficult to hit a single model, not quite pulling it off there. That death gun, that teleporting setup and suppression, such an awesome weapon for the mech boy. and blue team will retake the east side. Dark Riku is going to try and push against me again. He has his stormtroopers completely capping up the middle of the map. Look at that. So a good choice, I think, to push them through the middle. And here we see another engagement. Going after my plague champion, my CSM with Eternal War can turn and engage, deciding not to go for a 4th unit in tier 1 because I kitted out my plague champion, decided just to go for Eternal War for my CSM and go tier 2. Didn't want to get left behind. I was very afraid of Dark Riku getting a Grey Knight Dreadnought on the field and me not having any AV in time. Mech Boy setting up, not firing because he doesn't have line of sight to this stuff. Now he does, suppressing the shuriken, but teleports out. And we completely lose this power, I think, do we? Scout squad for Sam have no upgrades. He does have double assault marines though. Nothing on his force commander. Dark Riku has the Nemesis Force Sword. Not much more DPS, but this gives you a huge upgrade on We Are the Hammer. Up to a 25% damage mitigation and 1.5 speed. Now trying to split my Chaos Space Marines away from this brother captain. 447, 437. It's a 2-to-1 cap for blue. Very close though. Adila still has a shuriken. Codex has rangers and a shuriken. And we have the Merciless Switchblade on the Warlock, and he's chasing down those assault marines. This thing really hurts assault marines, drains their energy so they can't defensively jump. The shuriken is going to go down though, and Adila loses it. The Farseer has no war gear. Howling Banshees in retreat, going to take some chainsword hits, but they do get away. Double assault marines can be so powerful early on. They are 50 power each though. That's 900, 100 in tier 1 just on assault marines, and that is perhaps why Sam has not spent any power on anything else. I'm now coming mid to chase off these sneaky sluggers of Koras. Has lost his starter sluggers. Everyone now going tier 2 apart from Codex. My plague champion hasn't even leveled yet. I fully kitted him out in tier 1 with fetid, mucus discharge and the plague sword. Wanted to be able to suppress strike squads so they couldn't go running after my Chaos Space Marines, but we are on the east side now. Assault Marines losing another model. Sam able to go tier 2 with the rest of us though because he didn't spend any other power. Tactical Marines getting reinforced, Scouts getting reinforced, Force Commander here as well. So we should be able to take the east side. In fact, I come and help out with my Heretics, force off the mech. And Shuriken Cannon can cap, and we can try and go after this power, or at least my teammates can. I need to get back to the mid. Chaos Space Marine shooting up a node. Take a while to take it down, but there we go. Here comes Dark Riku. Ouch, his interceptors now have their Justicar. They already do some pretty nasty damage, and that guy gets a power weapon, and they have that Furious Intervention disruptive teleport. Really makes them a nuisance in tier 2. And very lucky to get away without a loss on his Cursed Space Marines, I think, and I just full retreat this off. Sam here with his scouts and a decap our natural 441, 401. Dark Reapers on the field for Adila. Assault Marines jumping in, disrupting this entire blob of stuff, and there is a Gravity Blade usage. What an awesome weapon this is. Levitation field, disabling and then throwing back units for damage. Don't see it all that often. Very, very effective though versus melee armies, including double assault marines. Force Commander almost went down from that awesome grenade spike. I think that was Adila. Might have been Codex though, not sure. 441, 390 is now a 2-to-1 cap. Really kicking off on this east side. Here comes Dark Riku to help. Has his strike squad with their Justicar, allows them to use Purification and the other ability which I always forget the name of, which drains energy and does damage. 441, 377. Dark Riku with an excellent assist on the east side, pushing off these Dire Avengers. Have their Exarch and their Aspect for Adila. His Dark Reapers just about getting away. Dark Reapers a very powerful unit from range, but they are expensive to upgrade and really bleed you a lot when they go down, and they will go down. They're not very tough. I'm pushing back down the west side, constantly fighting over this central power. Have preserved all my units, and I go for some Plague Marines. Starting to warm to these guys again. They are not as durable as they were, since their explosion heal doesn't heal themselves, which is a huge drawback for them. They can't really stand and trade shots with a tank anymore. But they are a really nice generalist unit, decent damage to infantry, decent damage to vehicles, and that vehicle snare, and very tough at 2,000 hit points with huge health regen. I do think they should be heavy infantry though. Can't believe that they're not. 441309. Koras with a war truck. Transport vehicle for Orks, also allows you to reinforce. Not very tough though, 350 vehicle armor. Here come Howling Banshees, and they have their Exarch with her Executioner Spear. Rangers pushing forward, trying to get some sneaky shots in. They have their Pathfinder gear, which you see them infiltrating there with it. Picking off in the middle, Assault Marines jumping in into Dark Reapers. Was that the best choice? Dark Reapers with double Assault Marines on the field. They seem to be bleeding Adila quite a lot here. But look at this, Adila has a Falcon. Let's just see this out. That was a washout. Banshees forced off by double Assault Marines. Double Assault Marines with Sergeants gives you a very decent melee force with the mobility of jumping. All under battle cry here. You see the yellow buff circles. Dire Avengers in retreat there. Warlock in melee with a bunch of stuff. He's level 3, Champion's Robe and Warp Throat. 441273. Leading up to a 200 VP lead now for blue team. I've gone for Marco Zinch for my Chaos Space Marines. Makes them quite an expensive unit with Eternal War, Marco Zinch and an Aspiring Champion. Marco Zinch alone is 12530. Aspiring Champion 8025. Eternal War 6015. So it does add up, but you get such an awesome range force. My plan is to suppress Dark Riku's melee stuff with my, what is it called again? Unholy Stench. Keep them away from my Chaos Space Marines. I can't stop them from teleporting into them though, of course. And here is Sam's Tactical Marines, forgets about them, and I take out a model, almost take out the entire squad. Here come Assault Marines and a teleportation from the Interceptors, and I am out of there. Meanwhile, east side we are taking it back. We have this Falcon from Adila, an awesome vehicle for Eldar. Expensive though, 350.95 or something I think it is. Good damage to all targets. Allows you to reinforce and transport. Tier 3 can get an awesome shield as well, which makes it very, very durable. And people are going tier 3. I am going tier 3 Codexes, and Sam and Koras also. Adila getting a Bright Lance on the field. And almost taking out this war truck with rear armor hits there. Meanwhile, west side, some blob capping. Stormtroopers having a chat with scouts. Dark Riku wiping our power out almost. Here I come to try and stop him. There's Inferno Bolts flying in there. Full damage to all infantry armor types. They will only do 10% damage to vehicles though. When Chaos Rising came out, they did 50% damage to vehicles and were absolutely ridiculous. Scouts get wiped. My Heretics, level 2 now, really are no pushover alongside the Plague Champion with his Mucus Discharge heal, Breath of Nurgle. Plague Marines behind, trying to push back Dark Riku, who's in full retreat there. 415238. Still have that 200 VP lead. Mechboy teleporting into Dark Reapers. Done really well, I think. Taking a lot of damage there though. Almost went down. Dark Reapers really put out some damage. Blue team have preserved their power pretty much. They don't have a node, but for some reason these guys are not pushing it. They of course do not know that it's completely clear here. We have a webway gate up. This is Adila's. Interceptors jumping into my army, and here we go. Can I keep my Chaos Space Marines away from his interceptors. Doesn't matter though, because here come a whole bunch of Orks in amongst my Chaos Space Marines, so I run them the hell away, retreat my heretics, and everything else. A very good assist there from Koras. Did get a zombie interceptor again. 396, 238, there's the 2-1 for red team. And now Dark Riku just asking there why I didn't finish up the ticks in retreat, meaning heretics. There's that levitation field again, such an awesome ability. People usually just retreat out of it, despite it not doing a serious amount of damage. Grenade there just mistimed. Here is something interesting. Terminators. It is assault terminators on the field for Sam. As you can see, Koras still has a very sizable army. Sam and Dark Riku have small but powerful armies. Codex now has a fire prism on the field. I've gone tier 3, wasn't able to get anything else in tier 2. Double CSM into Plague Marines really does pile on the upkeep. Look how much upkeep I have. Crazy, with just 4 units on the field. Plus 192 is all I have coming in. 361, 238. Bright Lance doing a lot of damage to these Terminators because they are a large unit. So anti-vehicle weapons like Bright Lances, las cannons, missiles will get 100% accuracy. And those Dark Reapers with those plasma shots, good grief, this is a ridiculous amount of damage. Doesn't have the teleport off cooldown. Terminators of course cannot retreat, can walk through stuff, and he loses a model there. Slugger boys, can they get away? Just about. Koras now has a looted tank. Good grief, he lost a lot of stuff. Overextended there badly. Koras likes to use his looted tanks, and they do really well for him. Mechboy of course can repair them, also has the Cult of Speed or whatever it's called, which buffs damage output and speed. Meanwhile, west side, pressure from Riku, who takes mid and decides to just go mid. Takes the mid power, sorry, and decides to go to the middle of the map. His Strat Squad level 3 with the melee upgrade, you can tell because they get the fist icon or melee icon above their indicator. Not using them in melee stance though. My Plague Marines get jumps and retreats. Losing 2 models immediately. Brother Captain has the Mantle of Terror, which Dark Riku actually uses very well a bunch of times. I'm not sure if I've got it on the recording, but he stops my Heretics from Doom Blasting, stops my Plague Champion from using Unholy Stench or Breath of Nurgle. Here come Interceptors, using them as a alpha strike to disrupt my Chaos Space Marines, and there you see the Canticle of Absolution ability go off. What is it called? It's called the Canticle of Absolution. But I put Touch of Nurgle on my Heretics, scare off his Interceptors. I cannot Doom Blast with them of course, because Absolution was up, but now I can. In amongst the Strat Squad who retreat. Now the Brother Captain is on his own, and he's going to drop a Land Raider on my face. Plague Champion takes out the Brother Captain, there we go. But now I have a Land Raider to deal with, and I have no anti-vehicle here because my Plague Marines are back at base. But I do have a Great Unclean One on the way. 322, 225. Here we see the Land Raider Crusader, sorry. Did I call it a Redeemer? I think I did. Hurricane Bolters, Twin Linked Assault Cannon, and a Multi-Melter. You just saw the grenade launchers go off, just trying to keep my Chaos Space Marines in play. But it's pointless because here comes Koras, and he has knobs and a looted tank with, what level are these sluggers? Level 2 sluggers. Red team holding east, have taken out that power as well. 322, 212. Sam has some Stern Guard. Very surprised he didn't get these guys earlier against double Eldar up there. Their Hellfire rounds would have done a lot of damage. Avatar on the way for Codex. Look how much red Koras has. Can drop a Rocks. Dark Riku almost has enough for Orbital as well. 322, 212. Hounding Banshees running the hell away from all this stuff. Here is the Fire Prism of Codex. Land Raider Crusader needs some support here. There we see Time Armor. Time Field, sorry. Used by the Farseer Armor of the Assyrian. But a full retreat from red. Look at this blob of death that blue team have going. They have Grey Knight stuff. They have Marines, Assault Terminators, Knobs, Land Raider Crusader, which is allowing all of this stuff to reinforce. There's a very nice singularity though. That was Adila's D cannon, which is now in retreat, and blue team pushing to the east. But here's an Autarch. Plague Champion's now in there, but there's that very annoying Warp Bomber which stuns you forever. My Great Unclean One now moving in. CSM not capping, now they are. Yeah, my Great Unclean One's what is it called? I'm not sure what it's called. When he grabs you with his intestines, it bugged out and didn't fire, which always happens the first time I try it for some reason, and then afterwards it works. Now, Great Unclean One of course has the passive damage over time damage in an area around him, which makes him a lot more scarier for melee units to deal with. Now back into worship range, and I'm going to try and hold mid and cap it up. Koras not letting up though with that looted tank. I know the mech boys setting up, suppressing my Chaos Space Marines. Very lucky to do so there, I think. East side, Wailing Doom on the Land Raider. Dark Riku has seriously overextended this thing, and it's going to go down. Avatar is on it. D cannon gets some shots in. Here's that Falcon, level 2, now has its shield up. Dark Riku losing his Land Raider. There is Wrath of Cain as well. Are we going to see Lightning Claws on his Terminators to rip that Avatar apart? No sign of it yet, and they're taking a lot of damage and being chased by Banshees. Here comes the Avatar to engage him. He's going to lose his Terminators here, I think. 322, 169. And does. Devitation Field was wasted. Foul Snare, I think it's called, when the Great Unclean One grabs you with his bits. Is that right? It sounds right. Mech Boy's gone down, capping their natural. Still have my double CSM. What level are these guys? Level 3 and level 2. Plague Marines level 2. There's my commander. He is capping the west side. Rocks on my stuff and an orbital. Decide to just retreat the hell out of there, and I take huge losses. Luckily my Plague Marines are in there, and their explosion heals probably saved a model or two, but I get away without losing. Oh, I did lose my Heretics, but I didn't lose any of my Marines because they're leveled up, which saved them, I think. These guys just one model, but it is the aspiring champion, and they get away. We're looking pretty tough on this east side now. Falcon level 2, almost level 3 with that shield up. Fire Prism and an Avatar, not to mention all this infantry. Dark Creepers are level 2, have their Tempest Launcher and their Exarch and their Aspect. Autarch are also running around giving a damage resistance buff to all this stuff that's near it. Warlock, level 7 Warlock for Codex, level 6 Farseer, now has Spirit Stones. My Plague Champ is level 4, getting shot up trying to decap this VP, sorry, this wreck point. And there you saw the ability that the Strat Squad have, draining energy and doing damage to my Plague Champion. I do decap it, but I think I'd lose my Plague Champion. Yeah, that was silly. Librarian on the field for Sam. And look at this, Koras getting triple flash gits. And they have Git Finders, and they put out some serious DPS from range. Banshees in retreat. Veil of Time on those sluggers. That is heresy right there. And we're going to kick off in the center, it looks like. The Force Commander has a Sacred Standard but retreats out of the time field. Didn't want to get grenade spiked. And I have one of my favorite units on the field. It's a Chaos Predator. Does not have the mark yet, but I do give it Mark of Nurgle, which I love. There's another Rocks, excellently placed, but Fleet gets the Dire Avengers out of trouble. Flash gets backing off. Avatar still here. Is a Predator for Sam and some Knobs for Koras. Do not have their hammers or their Noblida yet. There's the Cloud of Flies. Don't get a chance to give my Predator a mark yet. There's the Canticle of Absolution in amongst all that stuff. That was a crack grenade, I think, from the interceptors. Huge action. Double avatars on the field. There is the levitation field. Didn't quite catch the knobs in it though. Melt of them, I think that was on the avatar. Sam has preserved one of these assault marines. There's a Wailing Doom. Ouch. Got a few Dire Avengers. And they retreat. 190, 161 is a 2-to-1 cap for red. Something sneaking to the east side though I can see on the minimap. What is it? It's some sluggers. There is a Falcon there. 184, 161. My Chaos Predator still in amongst it. Hasn't really been targeted yet. These triple flash kits really putting out some serious damage. Ouch. Singularity exploded a bunch of stuff. Look at the bits. Were those Marines? I'm not sure. Yes, Sam just lost his entire army. Good grief. Did not know that happened. 170, 161. Red team now looking very strong. It's ours to lose. Level 3 interceptors, level 3 strike squad. Dark Riku just rushing to the tier 3 Land Raider and then overextended it, and he's getting another one now. Here is the second Land Raider Crusader. And here we go. Can we cap their natural? We can, and there is the triple cap. 142, 161. Now I have the Mark of Nurgle. Gives you these awesome damage over time shells. I'm not sure if the bolters are also damage over time. And it gives you over 1200 hit points on your tank. There's a crack grenade. Great Unclean One is not moving. Come on, Indrid. There we go. And there's Foul Snare working. Yay. And it killed one of the interceptors as well. 107, 161. There's the triple cap for red. Sam deciding against Librarian, going for a plasma cannon. He has enough for an orbital. And I have enough for an abyss. And I knew that. Not that I forgot about my red. Ouch. Was that interceptors wiped there? It was strike squad absolutely wiped by storm and grenades. Now we go after this Land Raider. 66, 161. Force Commander now has a Power Fist. Plague Marines getting shots in. There's my tank. Does make you slightly less effective versus other vehicles when you get Mark of Nova, but I don't care. There's a Hell Fury strike dropped on the VP, stopping us from capping it. 53, 161. Force Commander goes down. Land Raider Crusader backing off. Plasma Cannon needs to set up or something. Doesn't want to stand around there for sure. There's another orbital. Not sure what it hit. Looks like it hit a D cannon and forced it off. Here is Koras trying to be sneaky. Weird Boy goes down. And there's my Imperial. There it is. Imperial Abyss. Which did not go where I told it to. It was very, very odd. I did not put it there. I put it on the Orks and it went off about 50 meters to the south. Knobs using Frenzy. Look at the flash kits getting that DPS in. But these are level 4 Chaos Space Marines and level 2 Chaos Space Marines. So not going to go down that easily. These guys still forced off. Just about get away. Great and Clean One still alive. Both avatars still alive. There's a Wailing Doom which misses everything. We have the Beamy Death Gun up on the mech, level 5. Double plasma cannons. Koras with 4 flash kits. Now that is Dakar. You can never have enough, of course. 48, 103. Double cap for blue. Was a triple. And they retain this because of the ridiculous amount of shots going in here. Taking our natural back. Can't believe that Imperial went off there. What the heck happened? Brother Captain hits level 5. He has the Holy Armor of Titan. Stormtroopers on the way for Dark Riku. Give him some more firepower. I really did not know that Sam was this depleted, or I would have pushed a lot harder through the center. Koras now backing off his army of flash kits. None of them going for the blasters. But look at the damage they put off on the Autarch, just about getting away there. 48, 58. It's a 2-to-1 cap for blue. unable to take their natural, unable to take that back to east. Blue doing an excellent job holding on here. 48-50. What's happened on the east side? Koras is holding, doing some absolutely crazy damage, and he's holding the east side. I think I put another Imperial up here, which actually goes where I tell it to at some point. 48-40. 2-ton cap for blue. Farseer is going to die from this rocks. Adila doesn't notice, and down she goes. Why did she only give 23 red there? That was very odd. Commander's supposed to give 30. 48-32. 2-1 cap for blue team still. And now have a level 2 Chaos Predator with Markov Nurgle. Almost level 3. Do we take down these interceptors? No, they're almost level 4 interceptors. 1400 hit points at level 3. East side is still blue. Blue team doing an amazing job. Avatar getting a sync kill on the plasma cannon dude. Ouch. The Wailing Doom through the top of your head. And there's my Imperial. Doesn't kill a lot. Oh, killed a couple of flash kits, but does force Koras off. And we can take the east side surely, can we? Banshee's not wanting to cap because they get dragged into the abyss. I have capped. Their natural though, revived the Farseer, level 6 Plague Champion, level 8 Warlock, level 8 Farseer, Brother Captain's level 6, he only has interceptors left. Force Commanders down, level 3, all 3 blue commanders down. And that's pretty much it, 31-24. I start to put out some turrets, but it's not really needed. Koras going for a war truck and a predator on the field for Sam. And there's a double cap. And we take this incredibly mental game, lots of fighting through the center. And there is the game for red team. Dark Riku just overextended his Land Raider. I think losing that first Land Raider was a huge blow, because if he kept it alive he could have gone for some Terminators. Sam seemed to get very unlucky with that Singularity, which whacked his army out. Koras with the 4 flash skips was a bit crazy and awesome to see, very orky. Thanks for watching guys, I will see you next time.